Guys, you are not gonna believe my Walboro 255. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So before I start, I wanted to give a little rundown of some of the parts you'll need, because today I'm installing my Quantum 340 fuel pump. If y'all remember a video back or two, I announced that we was sponsored by Quantum Fuel Systems. They sent me out a 340 pump. I'm extremely excited to get this installed. So I'm going to leave a list of what you need right here. Alright guys, sorry for the wind noise and the airplanes. They like to spectate. Anyway, we're starting off with dropping this fuel tank. You got to start over here. Now I got the Speedform bullet style fuel door. I'm not going to go into details on that, but you got to remove it. And then there's 10mm bolts back here you got to undo. So when you drop the tank, it don't kind of rip this out. Now under here, this is your strap. Goes up. There's the bolt here, and you got a bolt on the other side over there. So a lot of people like to stagger them. They'll undo one or the other, and I can't remember on this one. Yeah, see, on this side there is no bolt, so you have to undo that side, and then a lot of people will do this side. Some people do both sides and drop it this way. I find it easier, sorry, the sun's in my face, to undo this bolt and then undo that one, so it falls, it'll fall this way instead of that way. If you undo both the back ones, it falls that way. So you want it kind of fall this way so you can push it back and get it out. Be careful for this rubber seal. Mine is new and I keep it lubricated. Spray something up there like WD-40 or lithium grease is better, or silicone. You spray it up there and it'll help it come out a lot easier. Once you get this one loose and that one back there loose, put a jack underneath it. You're going to slowly bring each one of these off. Try to keep this centered on the jack so you can slowly lower this and don't have it drop on you. I do have some fuel in there. I couldn't get it all out, but it doesn't really matter. It's not a whole lot. As you're slowly dropping it down, you'll notice these hose lines, this vent tube. So these two fuel lines, separate sizes. This plug-in and that plug-in. You just unclip the plug-ins, and then you have to have a fuel tool. So the big one on this side, small one on this side. It's always good to WD-40. Now this needs to be cleaned up and vacuum, preferably the best you can, because there's a ring that you have to break loose, and you don't want all that dirt falling in your car after all this hard work. Alright guys, got it cleaned up the best I could. There's a little lock ring. You can see a tab sticking up. It spins counterclockwise, so you just put a flat head on it, start bumping it and walking it around, and you'll be able to pull this whole assembly out. Once you spin that around, this whole ring right here will come off. As you can see, there's the grooves, and these are the lips. So now this can come out. I'm going to rotate the pump where this bend, you're going to face it backwards toward the back of the pump. Then you're going to bring it up and walk it around. You got to keep maneuvering it. And there we go. And look at that. Can y'all see that? That says Ford. The guy I got this from told me it had a Walboro, that it had a 255 in it. This pump has been loud forever, but that says Ford, plain as day on it. Look at that Ford 97. This is the original 97 Ford fuel pump. No wonder I was having issues. This guy told me it was a friggin' 255 Walboro, which when I looked, the Ford logo wasn't facing. It kind of looks like a Walboro, so I just took his word for it, because I was just looking through this little hole right here. Regardless, y'all might remember, Quantum Fuel Systems sent me out a 340 pump, and it has everything in here that I need to put this pump in my car, and it will fit in the stock location. I see a lot of people take these off and bend it back, and you can do that. These are small, it's like a 6 or something like that. You can do that, but you don't have to. These flicks out. Now, this right here on 97s and 96s, I'm pretty sure 98. I know for sure 96, 97. This is the This is the 97, so it's return fuel. I can't remember if 98 is or not. This is just a little kind of a valve, so the fuel returning does not just spray in and cause aeration, because if it was that close to your pump causing aeration, your pump would starve and get a lot of air in the lines. So I'm going to get this cleaned off and start working on getting this pump in. First thing I notice right off the bat is that the quantum is noticeably bigger. So it's about an inch or so longer, and maybe, I don't know, a couple centimeters bigger around than this, but it still is designed to fit in the stock unit. Again, this is out of the bag. You can see how much longer it is. And then this has a connector at the end, where this one had 2 spade connectors. So we gotta connect them into that with like a butt connector style up here somewhere. In your accessory pack, the first thing you want to pull out is this gasket. This is what seats on the bottom. You'll notice when you take out your other pump that there is one sitting on the bottom. It's not really a gasket, it's for vibration. Just to show y'all, it does fit in this stock unit here. So the hose is going to be next. I like to put on the hose and then pop it in here. I find it a little bit easier to maneuver around. I just slid it in here to show y'all. I just put it on the edge right here and just pushed it and it snapped in. Alright, so after mocking this hose up, I'm going to have to trim a little off of each side. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that and mock it up again. I'll show y'all how much I trimmed off. That's all I had to cut off the end. Just a few little millimeters just to get it to fit more to my liking. But there it is. It's in the hat, or the unit, I guess you can see. There's the return line, and now we got to do the plug-in and tie it into these. Alright guys, I want to go over one thing. Yes, you can use butt connectors. Okay, I've seen 1,000 people do it. I've seen them do it on high horsepower builds. There's nothing wrong with butt connectors. A lot of people think it's going to arc in your tank and catch on fire. That is not the case. Not the case at all. You do want to make sure you have the very best crimp you can get. So crimp it, tug it, make sure it's good. I use vice grips. So I get it to where it goes all the way down and locks, and then I unlock it. And now I know that that is a very good, secure connection. So everything is good here. I got to put on the sock, and then I got to put it in the tank, which it does come with a new tank gasket. So I noted when I pulled mine out, my sock was facing toward that side. I guess so when you drop it in, it don't run out of the wall room here. So that's how I'm putting it back in. So remember, you gotta put it in this way and then turn it and then drop it down. So drop it in where it's facing that way, turn it, seat it. Make sure your new gasket's on first, and then you walk it down like I showed you, and next you put the ring on. When we get this cleaned up, I already got the groove cleaned up. I made sure to shop vac it as I was going so I didn't get dirt down in there. Remember, when you put it on this side, or the castle side, it goes up. Alright, and you don't have to bring it all the way around to that point. You just want to make sure that it's secure and this ain't going to come out. Also, it's a good time to inspect everything. Make sure there's no pinholes or anything. Everything looks good up here. I do have some rust over there that I want to take care of, but notice it's on the mat, so that means it's body side. So I am going to get up underneath there and take care of some stuff under there while I can. Alright guys, everything else is reverse. So you just plug them back in, snap your fuel lines back in, make sure you put the retaining clip back on, get your vent tube on. But before all that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in and I'm going to turn the key and make sure that everything is working in here, because I don't want to get this up, get it all together, and then realize I messed something up. So good thing is I always hook that up. This is just for your fuel level, right here, and this is for your fuel pump. You don't have to have that in, but I just plugged it in just in case. So that's plugged in, and we're going to give it a start and see if it kicks on. One thing to remember is it will take a few key cycles. Hear the pump kick on, turn it off, hear it again, turn it off, turn it on. Now that one sounded deeper. One more time for the heck of it. There we go. And there we go. Alright guys, after you get it jacked up, get the straps back on, the only thing that's left is the fuel door here, and you are done. That's it. You already seen in the video, I started the car runs great. In the future videos, I'll be working on the tune. One thing I am curious about is, since that pump was weak, that's why it was whining, and it's not a high powered pump, it was a weak pump. I adjusted that at 40 psi, but that was at that pump's pressure. I don't know if that's relative, if pressure is pressure, or if I had to turn it down that far to create 40 psi because that pump was that weak. So I'm going to turn the car on and see where my pressure is. It might be 40 still, it might be higher, because that is a brand new 340 pump, which is way quieter. So it's only a hair over 40, about 41, so I mean that's not bad at all. Car idles much smoother. And you don't even hear the pump. My other pump, you could hear over the exhaust. And the guy told me when I bought the car it was a 255 Walbro. Well, guess what? It was a dying stock 20-year-old pump. Well, 19 at the time, but still. She is purring like a kitten. Car's coming around. Can't wait to get started on the body and get the paint and everything done. But more concerned with how it performs at the moment. So guys, that's pretty much it on the install of the Quantum 340 fuel pump. Guys, be sure to check out, I'll leave a link in the description, Quantum Fuel Systems. They carry other brands as well, but this Quantum pump has been awesome. I know I just installed it, but it's already quieter than my stock pump. My pressure is great. It actually went up a PSI just setting on where I had the adjustable fuel pressure regulator set. It actually pushes out a little bit more, so that's good. So everything is great. Everything went smooth. I didn't have any issues with anything other than that speedform fuel door, which is a whole nother ramble. I'm so disappointed in that thing. I was so excited to get it, and I'm so disappointed in it. But that's it. I mean, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description if y'all want to nab one up. They're fairly cheap, but not cheap made. It doesn't cost a whole lot to build a fuel pump like it did back in the days. People paying $300–400 for a fuel pump. Like I said, even the AEMs and the Walbros are like $99. So don't get caught up in the price of things. Cheaper price does not mean cheaper quality all the time. So this is definitely one of those cases you get more than what you pay for. So thank you for watching. I hope this helps somebody. I got more content coming with the tuning, trying to get the wide open throttle AFRs right. So like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you can catch these videos coming up. Thank y'all for watching. Now if y'all didn't enjoy, you need to lower your standards a little bit. Peace.
I won't turn around, I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with the 60 bars. I won't turn around, I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with the 60 bars. I won't turn around, I won't turn around.